Hello class, Mr. Graziano here. This is Drawing and Painting 1, and this is going to be our next assignment. It's going to be a bigger assignment than we've done before because it's going to be a finished drawing that you're going to do in ebony pencil. Now, since you probably don't have the supplies at home you can do this in your sketchbook, but I want it to be large. I don't want any tiny little drawings. Now, this is a PowerPoint that I'm showing you right now, and basically it's going to outline some of the things you're going to do. The project's called Footwear Feet. And what you're going to do is do a drawing of something in your house, a shoe, feet, socks, something. It has to do with your feet. But it has to have some meaning behind it, some personality. Now, this is a shoe that I just found, but what about this? What can you say by looking at this drawing that gives it some personality? Well, I'll just tell you. For example, this shoe looks worn. I mean, it looks a little tattered here and a little worn out here and wrinkled, and the shoes, laces look like someone just pulled his shoe off. You know, this could be your brother's shoe or your dad's shoe, or it could have some meaning to you. Now, this shoe doesn't mean anything to me, but I want you to find something that means something to you. Now, the other thing I'm looking for is in your drawing, you're going to have a full range of value, which means really dark areas, medium gray areas, and very light areas. So you're going to photograph a shoe or shoes in your house, and you're going to do a drawing based on one of those photographs, okay? But you have to set it up so that the shoe looks good. Let me just show you some examples. So for example, these might be your dad's work boots. Now you got to think about this. You know, what's the big deal about my dad's work boot? Well, someday you're going to grow up, you're not going to live at home anymore, and you're not going to see these work boots. So really you're capturing a part of your life right now. So think in terms, when you start thinking about your subject, what part of your life are you going to capture? So maybe it's something about this coronavirus right now, some footwear, some feet, some shoes, something that you'll identify with this time in your life. So you might have also multiple shoes. I know we have got a mud room in our house and it tends to get piled up with shoes. So maybe you have a picture of that, you know. You might say, what's the big deal? Well, I know at our house, we used to have 4 kids at home. Now we're down to 1. So we don't have as many shoes like this. So this might be a time in your life that reflects how many people live in your house, okay? You might have a special shoe. Now, this wasn't done in ebony pencil, but you might have a shoe that means something to you. This is a special shoe. Or here's a shoe that looks worn. I like the shiny spots. I love the wrinkles in here. It gives this shoe personality. It doesn't look like it just came off a shelf someplace. Or feet. This could be your sister just fell asleep and you took a picture of her feet. Okay? You might have a pair of special shoes like this, but you might want to arrange them so they look better than just these little posts. For example, if you arrange your shoes this way, you can see the entirety of the shoe, what it looks like from one angle, another angle. So you can do one shoe, 2 shoes. Here's some tattered feet. Looks like the person was in ballet or something. The symbolism. What could this symbolize? I'll just tell you. It could mean a lot of color things. It could mean a big brother and a little brother. They're linked. Their shoelaces are tied together. This could be the floor in your kitchen, okay? So this might mean the relationship between 2 people or a dad and a little girl. Could mean a lot of things. It's up to you, but think about how you could place shoes to create some sort of symbolic meaning, okay? Now, don't do anything like this. I don't want to see any flat line drawings. I want to see a 3-dimensional full range drawing, okay? So I'll just whip through some more here. This could be a boy and a girl or a boyfriend, girlfriend. Who knows? Now, we're not going to do it in color, but I just want to show you the range of ideas. Ice skates. Not a shoe, but you know what? When I was a kid, everybody went ice skating. So I wish I would have had a picture of this as a kid because this kind of marks growing up. Now, here's some pictures of shoes that we took. And what you're going to do is take a picture of your shoes, arrange them so you have highlights, here highlights, midtones, and then dark values, okay? Now, on my phone, I took this color picture and then I transferred it to black and white, which will make it a lot easier to figure out what it should be. Here's another one transferred to black and white, okay? Here's some drawings. You can have people wearing the shoes. Now, these are just the ones that students did. Now, this one, it's got a nice range of value, but there's just this flat background. This one could have been great, but the edges aren't clear enough. I want sharp, concise, clear edge. Here's a really good one. I'd like to see some, maybe a shadow under this lace. And here's another one. And these are what the kids said. Izzy Nyberg did this a couple years ago. She just said, I love these boots. These are her boots, okay? Here, this is kind of cool. Your leg in the shoe and the shoelace is kind of flying. These are what some kids said. These are my favorite shoes. I wear them even everywhere, even with stuff that doesn't match. I love these shoes. Look, I'm wearing them right now. This one, these are the boots of the 2 kids that I babysit for. Or these shoes both me and my mom wear interchangeably. Okay? I had a successful year in cross country, and these are my running shoes. These are my dad work boots. I use them for horseback riding. My homecoming shoes. Okay, you can't read all this, but it says these are the boots I wear every day. And this caption, this one here, you can't see the captions. It's just I love playing the piano. So totally different take on the shoes there. This one, I ran in these every day this summer, my first running shoes. Notice she even put like a little heart shape with the laces. So she laid them out in a certain way. I mean, she loves those shoes. These are my wrestling shoes. This is my dad's work boot. Okay. Now, here's some photos that I took of some ice skates. Now, some of these are good and some not so good. This one looks very white and flat. Not a good range of value, okay? This one's straight from the side. I like this one a little bit more three-dimensional. Now, if I turn this into black and white, you'd probably see some really light areas, very dark areas, and you'd see a difference between the two. So try different ways to set up. You can also include still lifes in your picture. This might be a picture of your little brother's shoe and a little duck that he plays with. So you can include things with the shoes, okay? Here's a work boot, or this is actually an army boot. And these are 4 different pictures of the army boots. And this one, the shoe looks a little warped and strange. So you can do things like put newspaper in there to make the shoe stand up a little bit more. You can do things to alter them. Once again, symbolism. Here's a shoe that, you know, the boot might be the dad and the little girl, or the big brother and the little girl or something. So you're showing a symbolic relationship between these shoes. Okay? So of these, if you had to choose any one here, what might be the one you wouldn't choose? I think this is, you're just seeing the inside of the shoe, okay? Same with here, probably not this either. And here's some other ones. These are pretty boring, and doing something with a texture like this might be pretty hard to do, okay? So I'm gonna, the next picture, the next thing you're gonna see is gonna be of how to take these pictures. So what you're gonna do is take a picture, you're gonna send it to your printer, you're going to print it off, and then you're going to do a drawing based on that drawing. But you cannot trace it, okay? You're going to hand draw it. It'll be about the size of a page in your sketchbook, okay? You're going to do it in ebony pencil. In a minute, I'm going to show you another video that's going to show you how to photograph those shoes.